What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Sylvester.
Yeah, he's peeking in at the bottom.
He's peeking in. Maybe we should have called him Kilroy because he's like, oh, this is going to be a great show, guys. There he is. Hey, this is going to be a great show. This is something new.
You can see Sylvester a little bit better right there. And to change
my
view.
So Blaine, Gwen, and I belong to the same Cherokee tribe, and Blaine won Mr. Bigfoot Sylvester at the powwow this past year, so he is our official mascot.
He sure did.
Yep.
Good.
I went and renamed him.
Yep. That's true.
I looked over and said, well, there's Sylvester, and that was it. So so those of you that know about cryptids and the paranormal, you know that they're often seen together. And also there's something that we haven't talked a lot about, and that is how the weather can affect the supernatural, whether it be cryptids or it could be paranormal as in spirits. Either way, I really feel that the paranormal is affected by nature in general. That's why we have nature spirits. And I do believe that all of these things are interdimensional, because that is something that is natural and it should be able to interact with each other. Well, these folks might have some answers for some of that speculation. We have the Pennsylvania Storm Trackerz.
And let me say real quick, you guys, if you don't see your comments, you might not be getting through. So try mine if you can't get them on the other ones, because it usually works for whatever reason.
Yeah, hopefully don't use mine because it's funky. So Gwen's going to pull up the PA Storm Trackerz and Marz.
All right, here we go. Now she's part of it too.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
there
sorry.
We go.
There we go.
Yeah. And as you know, as things happen, we've got storm chasers while we're in the middle of a heck of a storm. So if you lose me or I pop off or something, I'll try my best to get back. But Gwen is a little further away from me, but still in the same state. So it's a dark and stormy night. We're talking to storm chasers. Welcome, guys.
We're obviously in the wrong place. We need to be where the storms are.
Right? Well, come on. I'll make some hot dogs and sweet tea. We'll chase with you.
Awesome.
Gwen wants to chase with you. I'm scared. I don't know about all that. Gwen's like, let's go.
This year or next year.
Once you see a tornado, you'll never go back.
I know I'm glitching, but I'm going this year late or next year one. I'm not sure.
Really? That's awesome.
You guys are all family too. That's amazing.
We are.
Yep. Just missing Graham.
Hey guys, we're Southern, so every time somebody pops up, we wave. So if you see us waving, just wave. Just wave.
We know all these people popping up so far too.
Good. Hopefully we'll have some of our folks.
Hey, even better, man.
Well, I am completely in love with Pennsylvania. It is a beautiful state. I filmed there a couple times. Yes, and we've been to Gettysburg several times. I've got some spirit friends that live there. Well, they're not living, but however you want to phrase that.
They hang out there.
They hang out there, and so I can't wait to go visit them. Blaine has been to Gettysburg. They exist there.
Yeah,
however you want to say.
I think I've done it 22 times already. It's one of my favorite places. I'm retired military, and I have 2 degrees in history. I have U.S. history from the University of Alabama, and I have a master's degree in military history that the Air Force just gave me for filling out a couple of pieces of paper. So.
I took some history classes in college, but I have no long-term memory, so who knows if I'll remember it all. But I'm curious about everything, and Gwen has that analytical mind. She's a medic, like you guys are paramedics, so we've got some really good vibes going on with you guys. I saw your poster, And go ahead and pop it up. Let's do a shameless plug for your event.
Awesome. We need
the Storm Fest. It's at East Huntington. What is that?
Veterans
Fire Company.
Oh, okay.
Volunteer
I
Fire
see.
Company. Yep.
And so you've got Dr. Greg Forbes, the Weather Channel, Stan Gordon from the Paranormal. He's the paranormal expert. Yes. And you guys are storm chasers, paranormal investigators, and you're doing workshops, vendors, food. You're selling your tickets online, which is extremely reasonable. And then tickets at the door is just a little bit more. So if you can't make up your mind, which you should go, just saying, you can get them at the door. That's no problem. So this looks fascinating. All right. So do tell, how did all this come about?
Yeah, it does.
Do you want to tell how it started? Okay. Back in 2024, with the release of the new movie Twisters, our local drive-in movie theater asked us to come out and set up a little table and talk to people before they showed the movie. So we invited some of our other storm chaser friends, and there were 8 of us that brought our storm chasing vehicles and set up tables. And he gets to go get the dog. Sorry, barking.
That's
dog.
okay.
Don't worry about it.
Gwen will be back. Here's one of mine. This is Ginger. And then Luna, I don't even know where she is. She's a Frenchie, and when she hears Blaine's voice, she comes on. So just let it go. Don't worry.
So, we set up a table. We had 8 other storm chasing friends that we all brought our vehicles, and it actually sold out within an hour of it opening. They actually had to shut the doors. There was a mile-long wait to get in. So they did it a second night. We came back a second night, same thing, sold out again. And 2 weeks later, or a week later, Josh went up by himself with a couple other chasers. We had to work.
That was actually a few months later.
It was like 2 months later.
They did a double feature.
They did a double feature
with the original and the new
Twisters.
movie. Yeah.
So it was a huge success. We didn't charge anything. Kind of like just pay for the movie and come see. And nobody really realizes in Pennsylvania that there are storm chasers here.
Right.
It is the most difficult place to chase in this country.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, with the terrain, the mountains, the trees. It's just
West Virginia's probably got it beat.
Yeah, well, the road network there is worse. And cell service.
And cell service.
So people were really surprised that storm chasers were around here. So we all got together and decided that last year we were going to have a Meet the Chasers event. And it was just storm chasers. So we had about 40 different storm chasers with their vehicles. And it was just a day of fun. And it was free to come in last year. And we just raised money with the Chinese raffle. We still raised almost $2,000 for the fire department.
Oh, yes.
So we decided to have it again this year. And my brother, who is the director of the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society, every year he had a Pennsylvania Bigfoot camping adventure. Well, he did it like every other year.
Yeah, it was because of COVID, it kind of got on and off.
Yeah. So he was just getting a little bit overwhelming for him to do all of it. So I said, why don't you help us? And we'll combine the two, since we're also paranormal investigators. And we have a team. It's called FayWest Paranormal. But we decided to combine the two events together because, like you said, weather affects the paranormal and vice versa. So this year we are charging.
I can attest to that.
Yes. So we're charging for tickets this year, but all proceeds are going to 2 local charities. It's going to the fire department again, which is East Huntington Volunteer Fire Company, and then Tales of Hope Animal Rescue. So
good.
We raised from Chinese auction. We're selling vendor spots, and all that money, tickets, that'll all go to the charities.
Yep.
So we're excited.
That's awesome in itself.
Nice.
Yeah, we're all anything for veterans, children, animals, fire departments, because those local fire departments could save your life.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And being volunteer, it's hard to get members. But then on top of that, they don't get any money back from our local government. So they have to do fundraising for their equipment, their vehicles. And right now their station's falling apart. So we want to help them raise money to build a new station. So
Good.
And it happens
That's
to be
killer.
Josh and I are both members of that department. So
Oh,
That's
right on.
amazing.
So you're just helping yourself too.
kind of, yep.
It is amazing.
It's nice that we have a really nice facility to have it too, because we have the entire building, which includes there's a large hall that holds like 500 people. That's where the speakers are going to be. We'll have some indoor vendors, and then we have a huge field with a pavilion. Pavilion will be where the workshops are, and then the huge fields where everybody else will be set up, all the chasers and paranormal groups and stuff. So it'll be an indoor-outdoor event, and it'll be really, really good time.
That sounds fantastic. I think
For y'all's
everybody
sake, I
will
hope-
enjoy it.
Yeah, for y'all's sake, I hope it thunderstorms like a mug that night. You get some good investment.
We lucked out. It was super hot last year, unfortunately, which kept some people away. But then we did have like distant thunderstorms at night that we all sat out in the field watching, and then we had some fireworks too. So we had some natural fireworks and some real and some man-made. So. Good time.
Have you ever studied any examples of the weather affecting the paranormal? I think the gray man or the gray woman that's in around the coast that was on the Weather Channel. That was pretty crazy.
I don't know.
I know the one that I've read about the most was the butterfly people. And that was people that lived in Joplin, Missouri. An EF5 tornado went through, and people that didn't even know each other all reported seeing these butterflies or butterfly people during the tornado. And
It protected them a lot.
yeah, it protected them. It was like their guardian
I
angel.
saw that. I did see a documentary about that. They actually went around some people and protected them.
Yes.
It was crazy.
And now the town has a big memorial set up for the tornado, and there are butterflies everywhere.
Yep, it's a huge theme in the whole town. So it's kind of cool.
But everybody, that does the ghost hunting, they know that thunderstorms can electrify the air, cause more energy for the spirits to manifest from. So we love.
Well,
ghost
no-
I have got some of the best investigation done during storms. But
Yes.
they come around me anyway all the time, but they intensify during thunderstorms.
Yes.
Yep. One of the things we question, so one of the things we have an area that we investigate. We call it Area X, and it's on the Chestnut Ridge, if you've ever heard Chestnut Ridge in Pennsylvania.
I know what it is.
Yes.
We have a lot of things that happen there. And one of the things that we have actually been able now to capture on video are spook lights, the orbs, balls of light, whatever you want to call them in the woods. We've been able to capture them, just we figured out a way on our camera to run it. And the one thing that we questioned was a lot of the times when we see them more, it's a little bit breezy or windy out. And I start to question, is that maybe even a natural phenomenon like static electricity? The trees, wind blowing across the trees just create little sparks. Because that's kind of what I call them, sparks. They always look like just a little, if you flick a lighter or something. That's a lot of times what I see in the woods and that. But then there's been times
what you're actually seeing, it's actually called sprites. They're Native American spirits that you're seeing. And they are very active, and that's how they energize and show themselves to you. That we just know this from our Native American look. So they're called
great,
sprites.
Okay, that's funny because something that we do in storm chasing.
There are things called sprites that are actually, it's a phenomenon of lightning that is above the storm, and you can only see it from hundreds of miles away.
Yeah.
They look like,
Wow.
jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yep. But the balls of light that we've seen, we've actually gotten on film where they look like the size of a bowling ball and just sit still in the middle of the road where we are investigating at.
And then also just the little sparks and stuff like that. But what you're saying makes a lot of sense.
we've seen them in all
'Cause
colors.
we know the area we do was very highly Native American active. So
And one of the speakers
Yes,
at
it
our
was.
event,
Yeah.
one of the speakers at our event was researching them and thinks a lot of it may be, we have a big coal mining history in Pennsylvania. And he thinks it could be, lights from, coal miner lamps and things like that, or just the spirits of the coal miners. So,
or the
Yes.
land
Mhm.
being
yeah, the land being.
being destroyed, with the mining.
Marz
and
can
things.
tell you more about that too.
Yeah, she knows a lot
She's-
on that subject.
Well,
Oh, you have to tell us.
it's more like theories. Like I've always like the concept of us not finding a whole lot of evidence of Bigfoot as a physical form. I've always interpreted it as a physical manifestation of Mother Nature, kind of trying to ward people off from damaging the land.
Yep, that's what elementals do, actually.
Mm.
Yeah.
That is exactly what they do. I found the memorial you were talking about for the butterfly people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys can read it. I'll read it for you. The butterfly people, as the tornado lifted, the stories began. Stories of butterflies. Butterfly people are angels that protected children from the storm. The stories were many and miraculous, but very believable when set against the backdrop of the physical devastation caused by the storm. The story spread rapidly and gave peace and hope to a community so badly hurt. While there were many different accounts, the following three are representative of the miracle that happened on May the 22nd. Wow, we're just past May the 22nd.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
That's really crazy. And this happened in 2011.
Yep.
Yes.
It was the 15
A father
year
laid on top of his daughter in the yard, grasping at grass to keep them both down. His shoes were pulled off his feet. But when the storm lifted, they were both unharmed, and his daughter simply said, "Daddy, it's okay. A butterfly was holding us down."
Yep.
Wow. A young girl was lifted into the air by the storm, but a butterfly quickly wrapped its wings around her and brought her safely to the ground. Without a scratch, a child in a car seat emerged from a car filled with glass and debris. When safe from the wreckage, the child described a butterfly wrapping its wings around him, protecting him and keeping him safe.
Mhm.
Holy crap, y'all.
And there's a lot more stories
Yeah,
than just
there-
that too.
There are a ton, and all of these
Yeah.
people didn't know each other.
Yeah, I mean it was a large city, so
No.
crazy.
Well, you know
We
what's
need
funny
to
with the
look for
documentary?
those.
They tried to say it was mass hallucination. I'm like, no, you have different people, different areas of that city. That's not a mass hallucination.
No,
Right.
not at all. There's no.
No,
connection.
it's not. Well, here's
One
the
of our
thing. I mean, yes,
Is asking, was that the Joplin tornado?
yes,
Yes, it was.
yes.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
And I think my favorite one of that was the whole family that was in the closet, and that was all
Yeah.
that was left was the closet.
Was just the
Right.
closet. Yep.
And they talked about a butterfly being above them.
Yep.
Yes.
Some
That's
great
amazing.
stories out of
And
that.
my theory on that, I think those were either angels or they were a different form of fairies in a larger size. So
Yeah.
one of the two was what protected them.
Yep.
Mhm.
Because fairies actually can be very protective over humans if they know it's an imminent danger. You know, I know a lot of stupid stuff, but I've been doing this for years. So
Hey, it's all good.
Well,
I've
information.
tested a
There
lot of
was-
these theories, you know.
Well, there was a an episode that was put together, Touched by Heaven. And one of the things they talked about was the children that were praying during the storm of Joplin, Missouri. And that was one of the things that was in common, was the prayers. Here, I got a few more pictures. I try my best to bring in as much as I can when we're talking about things so our listening and viewing audience can understand what we're talking about. Here's a slide from Touched by Heaven, and it shows a bunch of children and people of all ages and ethnicities, and they're all praying. And this says, the praying children who saw butterfly people in the tornado of Joplin, Missouri. I mean, this is a miracle.
It
Mhm.
is.
So, Doc,
Yeah.
this is something from YouTube. She was actually covering this, and you can see some of the destruction over there to the left.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's insane.
Yeah, some of the things
Wow.
people came out of that was nothing short of a miracle. It's just amazing.
I know.
Wow. Well, my grandmother told me when she was first talking to me about the paranormal and having paranormal encounters, she talked about angels. And she said you need to know your angel and you need to be able to understand how to communicate with them and how to question spirits. Don't just say, okay, I believe you because you say this is who you are, but you have to question it because otherwise they could be tricksters and have nefarious intentions.
Right.
So one of the things she talked about was if an angel speaks to you and they ask you, how do you want me to appear to you? You've got to come up with something that's not going to be so scary because your body is not going to be able to tolerate the majesty of what they are. And so, I mean, I had this kid-like ridiculous thing that happened. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole because that's about my story. But my point is, butterflies are something I don't think these people would be afraid of.
Right.
Mhm.
And maybe that's why they were chosen.
Yeah.
True.
That
Especially
image
like
was
kids.
chosen. Yeah.
Makes
I
sense.
don't know why that ran through my head, but it could be a being, or it could be a being that had just presented themselves that way in order
Right.
to do the things that needed to be done for the people that needed to be saved.
Right.
Mhm.
Because when people are frightened, they will run into something and not realize that what they're doing might kill them. So,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? Especially kids. What if the kid tried to get out of the car
Right.
Yeah.
and
Right.
killed itself, and the whole time it needed to stay right there?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, I don't know.
Yeah. I kind of like that theory, though. And that,
Mhm.
that's whatever that being was presented itself to be that way. So it was people weren't frightened of them. It put you at ease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some experience with little people of the Cherokee or of the indigenous legend. So we know they exist, and we've had things happen with sprites and things. But this seems like something altogether different. These creatures had to be strong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
They're so sweet. Okay, so this, I'm going to give you just a quick shot here. Come on, fingers. There we go. The gray man is the one I was talking about, and it appears around the coast
Oh, I
in
did.
Pawleys Island. And the story goes back to the 1800s. A young man was traveling to see his fiancée, and he got stuck near Pawleys Island, and he died before he can reach her. So now he shows up. You can see it in the far left there with him holding his lantern. He shows up on Pawleys Island, and when people see him, they know a bad storm's coming.
Okay.
Right.
And I know the Weather Channel had an episode on it because a friend of ours was featured in it. His name's Jeremy Leonard. And, there's some more things about it, weather prediction, folklore, there's ghost lore, disaster, survival stories, there's regional history, reoccurring witness testimony about the gray man. And, whoops, I hit the button again, Gwen. I'm not like you. I can't get all these buttons.
Well, I'm freezing
But,
up, you guys. I apologize.
Well, it's the storm.
It is,
But
and
we
I'm trying to align my Starlink again. So,
Oh, okay.
How appropriate to have
So
us
I
on
can't-
and have a storm.
yeah,
It-
it's
it's
funny. I
weird.
thought about it.
See what it's weird? I'm the only one not having a storm. We're just getting a little mild rain right now.
We're not having any weather
A
here.
little bit of rain came through earlier.
Yeah.
I
That's
can
it.
still hear the thunder here. I don't know about Lee,
Oh,
but I
wow.
can still
Oh, I
hear
love
it.
that.
Yeah.
It was shaking the windows here. So, yeah.
Oh,
I
it
love
was
that.
not, yeah. I'm right up from the lake, so I get it, and then it reverbs back, I guess if you want to call it. It bounces
Yeah.
and it does it again. Yeah. I still hear it just a little. It's moving though, thank goodness. Hopefully it's going. But I'm glitching a little bit, so it's
Well, it doesn't really show badly, so you're making it look natural somehow. So- all right, Blaine, you start with the first question.
Okay. Have you ever witnessed something during a storm or investigation that you still cannot logically explain today?
Ain't that crazy? That's a good question, I thought.
I mean, there's a lot of things for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say
mean,
one that ties
ties
both of them together. That still just the timing is a little odd. Obviously, I don't know, but we were planning a vacation one year, and we were going to do a ghost hunt while we were out somewhere that wasn't close to home, and we were trying to pick a place. And my mom suggested Bobby Mackey's, and for some reason, I was just like, I don't like the vibes of that place. I don't want to go. Let's not go there. And so we ended up picking somewhere else, but we still decided to drive by Bobby Mackey's. It would have been the day after we would have done the investigation if we went, and there had been a massive landslide directly into the building.
Yeah, I remember
the night that we were supposed to.
The night we would have been there, it would have happened.
Oh my God! Well, Bobby Mackey will be coming on the show in the next week or two, so we'll bring that up. Yeah, and his lead investigator. That's just crazy. You had a weird feeling, and you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Well,
great.
see,
Yeah.
the problem with Bobby Mackey's is that, well, it's more of a manifestation of human thought than it is anything. I've investigated. The only person I picked up on was Carl up in the apartment. Down by the well, I got nothing but other people's energies that manifested. You know, it's almost like a poltergeist situation with a teenage girl that they can manifest spirits. That's what's happening at Bobby Mackey's. Now
Like
nobody ever
Alpha.
knows.
Yeah, it's being rebuilt now.
Are they rebuilding it? Okay, I knew they tore it down. So
Yeah, they're starting to rebuild now.
I know of an instance that was not paranormal, but we thought it was. We were investigating at Madison Seminary, and Chris, Josh, and I were up on up in the attic, and Chris had gone into one of the rooms.
And I was walking around talking to the camera. I was taking video,
Yeah.
so I didn't notice that what they noticed because I was moving.
All of a sudden, I felt the entire building shake, and
Oh my God!
hear it. And Josh and I looked at each
Oh,
other.
I wasn't with you.
Yeah, you were.
Yes, you
I
were.
thought I was over on the other side.
You,
No,
you,
you were
you
with
guys
us.
were like on other ends of the hall, and I was in a room by
And
myself.
we actually thought we had summoned a demon. We were like, what the heck? And it turns out the next morning, like, we went to talk to Adam, was in the back building, Adam Kimmel, and Shelly and Addie.
Yeah.
They were out back. And we went and got them, and we said,
Well, they came running into
Yeah.
command because Marz was in command,
and they all felt the shaking too. So we didn't know what happened. But the next morning on the way home, we found out there was an earthquake that was centered like 0.8 of a mile from the building.
and we caught that all on our cameras and everything.
Oh my gosh!
And the funniest part
Now,
about it
guys-
was the one camera actually sound. You could hear the wave coming, like you could hear static that came towards the camera shakes, and then you hear the static go away. And I thought that was the neatest thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
No doubt. You know what's fun? Next time you think you have a demon, tell them this. Okay, I heard that voice. Now can I hear your real voice? Because you're not fooling nobody. I had two brothers that were trying to act like they're demonic. I said, okay, now let me hear your big boy voice. And all I heard after that was, sorry, Mr. Blaine.
Yeah, there's also been an increase. Well, there have been reports of increased UFO activity also during thunderstorms.
Oh, yeah.
The area that we are researching up on the Chestnut Ridge, we have had thunderstorms all around us, but clear sky just above us. And we have seen some really strange things in the sky. So,
Wow.
another one.
And I don't even know what to call the ones we've now been seeing. Like we've seen several times. They almost look like they're half cloaked, and they'll usually go. How many in a group have we been seeing? Like three at a time, and they'll go by, and then like 5 seconds later, another one, and 5 seconds, like in a group. And I mean, we know what Starlink looks like, so it's not that. This looks like some type of a craft.
And
It's
each
like
one
partially-
will go by and fade out. as
Yeah.
it's traveling.
It's so weird, like the same line. and we've seen that now 3 times. I think that we've been up there. So
Right on.
Mm.
That's cool. That's a little scary, but it's cool.
So I
I
gotta
think
ask.
that
Sorry, Lee.
it's okay. Go ahead, Blaine.
Do y'all think now with the new releases that the Department of War is doing, is piquing people's interest a little bit more?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it is for sure.
Yeah, we've been saying for years. Okay, I know for a fact they're here because I was in the Air Force. I spent a Thanksgiving weekend at Area 51. I watched them open a hangar with a craft inside the hangar, and we were told by men with guns that we could not go outside of that hangar. But it takes forever to close a hangar door. So I sit there and watch this thing for like 20 minutes. And watching the little men run around and do their little thing with it. And then they were like, you can't talk about what you saw. I can now because I'm retired and they've unclassified it. So I can talk about what's going on now. But I can tell you for a fact, we have alien spacecraft and we have aliens. At least 7 different species we have right now.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I've always said the way technology took off, we learned that somewhere. We didn't
Reverse engineering.
somebody didn't just figure that out all of a sudden.
Think about it. You can think about it, guys. After 1947, look at our technology upgrade we got after 1947 Roswell crash.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Great.
little things you would never think of, like VCRs,
Microwaves.
Yep.
You know, a whole bunch of stuff. Velcro.
Yeah.
Those little things you don't think about. It's like it came from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For sure.
Go ahead, Lee. I'm sorry.
I just have found a couple of declassified CIA documents about storms and UFO, and I thought that I would, share it. I've got 3 pieces here. Might be able to find a few more, but I just thought this was super crazy. The first one talks about being able to see this craft, and it was a saucer-like craft. This goes back to, you see where at the top where it says restricted and it's, struck through, and then it talks about the CIA item, and it's been unclassified, and you can see it's been sanitized with all those black, marker things. But here towards the bottom, it talks about weather for the central area was broken overcast at 22,000 feet. So there was a big overcast cloud, and it came through the clouds. And I read a theory that some people thought that the clouds come with the UFOs because they're coming through a dimension.
A lot
And
of
I thought,
times.
that would be a neat theory to try to figure out, but I don't know how we could do that just yet. But
Right.
A lot of times you hear the theory too that they use the weather to cloak themselves, to hide as they're passing through,
Yeah. Would be easy.
I'll get the other one ready. Hey, you guys want to do a question while I'm getting the other one ready? Here, hold on, because I want to know this one. Gwen, it's yours, girlfriend.
All right, what you got? Have you ever captured voices, apparitions, strange lights of unexplained phenomenon during severe weather events?
Have we?
I don't know how you could hear it if it's in the middle of a storm. How could you hear
Right.
Yeah,
an EVP with all of that chaos sound? But I just thought I would ask because I don't know what kind of equipment is your favorite.
I think mine is the Estes method right now.
I
Yeah.
love Estes.
Mm.
Yeah, we do too.
And her and I can be very connected when we do it. We'll do it together in separate rooms, and we can literally have a conversation in separate rooms
That's
when we're doing it. So, but during severe weather, I don't know that I've ever seen or heard any. We see weird stuff all the time, but we just chalk it up to weird weather.
Yeah.
We were out at Prospect Place, and we had a lot of strange things happen that night, and it was like we were under a fog advisory.
Yeah.
It was super thick outside. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that had something to do with holding the energy down in that area.
Yeah, because we actually had trouble with the outside camera picking up motion constantly because of the fog moving past it.
Oh wow!
So
Yeah.
but,
It was storming decently when we did the Airbnb in whatchamacallit?
West Virginia,
No,
the
yeah.
Heyman House.
No. The Airbnb we did
And
privately.
Jeanette.
Oh
Jeanette,
yeah, it was storming that night.
And that
too.
night we had one of our investigators went to the bathroom, and when she was coming out, she had the door yanked out of her hand and slammed shut. We have that on video. We have that
That's
on video
one of
on our
our-
YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's on our
That's
YouTube channel, our
badass.
FayWest Paranormal channel, and that
We
was
have
that was crazy.
We have a question from Mean Meta Mike. That might be one of you guys.
We know Mean Metal Mike.
Yeah. How can orbs form? Who wants to do that?
You don't dust your house. Oh,
Blaine hates orbs.
That's a lot. I
Well,
don't like orbs
that-
myself much.
Yeah, I
but-
was just going to say
Hey,
our
orbs-
belief is that orbs are mostly dust.
Yeah,
Well,
nine times out of
everyone-
ten.
I've actually had spirits tell me I'm not effing dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
They get
Like
mad
that.
when you compare them to dust.
Right?
And the old rule, Paranormal 101, when in doubt, throw it out. Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're not
most
big
of the time,
believers.
you can explain an orb. It's either going to be dust, dander, fur, hair, bugs,
Fog.
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 Yeah.
We have had one or two that were very interactive with us. So those,
They're in our video on our channel too. I was
Those
Really?
Those are more likely are your sprites again,
right.
because
makes
they
sense.
do have an energy to them.
right.
Orbs, most of the time, it's very hard for me to say that an orb is a spirit, because they've even told me themselves, I'm not effing dust.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
I
so
mean, yeah, we throw out probably 99.9999% of our orb
Orbs.
pictures or video
Oh, yeah.
or whatever.
It has to
It's
have,
always
it has to have what I want to say, almost like a conscious, the way it moves and things.
Yeah,
It has
odd
to-
movement
it
that
has to
doesn't
respond to you. If you ask it, okay, can you move left, and it moves left, or move right, or up and down, okay, that I could go with, because
Mhm.
anything else is
Right.
it's going to be.
We had a situation of that happen right to our right over here in our entryway between our living room and our kitchen. And
Yeah.
it was this was years ago.
We were
The kids were
trying out.
little.
We were trying out our new DVR system
Yep. And
before we investigated it.
the camera was looking into the kitchen, and there was an orb that came from like our back door and came and stopped right in the doorway. And Connie actually looked over, and you see her move her flashlight. And as soon as she moved the flashlight, that orb where it stopped, then all of a sudden it shot back from where it came from.
Oh,
And
wow.
she says, I just saw a shadow in the doorway over there. So
Yeah.
she saw
I
it as a
didn't see the
shadow.
orb, but
And the camera picked it up as an orb.
yeah.
I've
And
got the
I'm-
next CIA document. I'm
What do
sorry,
you-
Blaine.
When you're doing your Estes method, what are you using for your Estes method for communication?
We just use the
Spirit boxes
Spirit box.
with headphones,
Headphones
and
and-
Okay,
line.
I will tell you something that really works good, and it is a phone app, but I've never had a problem with it. It's called Necrophonic.
We
use
do
Oh,
have
we
that.
use necrophonics too.
I love Necrophonic. I have got so much cool stuff off of Necrophonic
Yeah.
doing Estes methods. It's me and her husband Matt had a full conversation about a place called Paulick Jail that I investigated the night before, and Lee and Matt came down the next day. We're up there talking about one of the investigators got pushed down a set of stairs, and Matt just looked up at me and goes, "Why's my effing leg hurt?" I said, "What's going on?" He said, "I got pushed downstairs." And the young man got pushed down the night before, and they were showing him getting pushed down the stairs.
No kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking
It
of
was
pain,
crazy.
Marz, you need to tell your story
Oh yeah.
from the Jeanette investigation.
That is an odd one. When we were investigating that Airbnb in Jeanette, it was near the end of the investigation. They had like a storefront next to where the Airbnb was, and we were investigating that. And I sat down in a chair, and I don't even like, it was the most excruciating thing I ever felt. It was started in my hand and traveled up my arm all the way into my head, and I like literally had to leave the room. And I just was like, that was weird, I don't know. And then the next day we were talking about the investigation, and one of our friends that was investigating with us, who had sat in that chair before me, they told me that he had just had whatchamacallit,
A brain aneurysm.
And got
Bro.
and he had the procedure.
Catheterization.
Yeah. And that's exactly the trail it follows. It goes up in your arm and then into your head.
Yes, that's a form of that. Marz, are you an empath?
Yes.
I figured you were. It takes one to know one. Me, Lee, and Gwen are all empath mediums.
Mm-hmm.
They like to call themselves psychics. You know, I'm not Miss Cleo, so I don't like the term psychic, but
I think it's a diva name. I like it.
I will call myself an empath medium. That's what I am.
There you go.
I don't read leaves and get on the call line with Miss Cleo.
We just wish we had Miss Cleo's money.
Yeah.
No, actually, she didn't make that much money, dude. They ripped her off bigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Our
Oh.
producer.
I see. That's my luck.
She was literally getting 12 cents per call, not per minute, per call. So she didn't make nothing, and she wasn't a real psychic anyway. She was an actress, wasn't even from the Caribbean. She was born in like Detroit or something.
Hey guys, we got another question from Mike. So let's see. I think he meant, so how can dark shadow manifest into a spirit?
Well,
Spirits.
are we talking about a ghost? Are we talking about dark shadows as in a dark shadow during a ghost investigation? Or are we talking about during a storm? Because there's a such thing, I was about to pop up there, something about St. Elmo's fire and how that, there's some things that have come about that. But there's also some things that the CIA has declassified talking about how it was not. They said it was, but it wasn't. So I don't know how to answer that because of that. Can you?
Saying
As demonic. Okay.
I know. No, a dark shadow is not demonic.
No, it's not.
Right.
A dark shadow is a spirit that's not learned to manifest his or her energy correctly yet. And so they show up as a shadow. And yes, once they learn, because they have to learn, like when we did, we had to learn how to walk, how to talk, all that stuff. Spirits have to do the same thing. Okay. And they just haven't learned to manipulate the energy correctly yet. But eventually they will get to the form where they can show themselves as a full-bodied apparition and even be able to move stuff and put thoughts out. So
Makes sense.
Dark spirits, like Blaine said, they don't have enough energy to be able to manifest themselves to a full body apparition, which means they're not getting their energy source from themselves. They're getting it from their environment. And if it was a demonic entity, then it would have plenty of power to be able to do that. Usually the foreboding feeling you feel when you see a dark entity is because it is absorbing energy, including yours, to try to manifest. So it makes you feel like poopy. And of course, like I said, it's a foreboding look. Something dark that's pulling energy. It seems scary. It might just be somebody that's gone, that's now in spirit, that, we're not the nicest of people, but
Yeah.
A lot of those.
Yeah.
We got another
There's a
question
lot.
too. And thank you guys for the questions. We like those. So I have a question. Has anyone seen everybody I know says they're huge. That's my opinion. I mean, I don't know. That's the stories I've heard.
That's
they're
right,
huge,
Gwen.
like 7 or more. But that's me. Yeah.
Well, Blaine was in a tree, like a deer stand, and one walked up under him. So yeah, go ahead, Blaine.
What I saw, it was at least 8.5, 9 foot tall, and it was a female. So that's a pretty big female. Most of your females are going to be in the 6 to 7 foot range, but this was about 8.5, 9 foot tall, and you can tell she's female because she had breastises. So,
I have boobies.
he had boobies.
Yeah, my
had,
skunk
Connie.
ape experience. My skunk ape experience. They were taller, much taller than the camper, so probably close to 7.5, 8 foot. So mine were little. They were skunk ape size.
So I had my first and only experience with a Bigfoot. And my quote is, I'm not saying it was a Bigfoot, but it was a Bigfoot.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
I always went with my brother out during his Bigfoot investigations that, he would get all of his group together and they would go out in the woods and sit for hours and do tree knocks and whoops. And I would hear things and, okay, yeah, that was odd. I don't know. I can't tell you what that was, but I never saw anything. And you're always told your whole life that these things don't exist. That's not true. That doesn't exist.
And they're probably 5 foot away from you too. When you feel them around, they're about 5 foot away from you.
Well, my thing was I wasn't even out looking. I was at work in the ambulance, and my partner and I had one run across a 32-foot road.
Yeah.
2-lane road up on the Chestnut Ridge, probably about 100 yards away from us. It was midnight, 3 steps it ran across this road. And the only way I could describe this thing running, it was like, did you ever see the triple jumpers? How they bring their feet up real high? It was a very odd run. But 3 steps across the road and straight up an embankment. And my partner and I just looked at each other, didn't say anything for a second. Then we were like, did you just see that? I mean, I've always hunted ghosts and was into, like
The spirit
UFOs.
stuff.
Yeah, but I didn't know for sure if I believed in Bigfoot. Well, I can tell you now I do.
Guys had the odor with it and the electrical malfunction of the ambulance also.
But where I was sitting in the ambulance, as we got closer, I could only focus on its feet and legs because of the way it was running. But that thing had to have been 7.5, 8 foot tall. It was massive. So I could say they're definitely taller than 6 foot. And you can have, I'm sure there's Bigfoot that are 6 foot tall. They're probably younger,
Like I said, they're juveniles.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
And I know the one I saw, I looked through my scope at it, and this thing had a human face. So I wasn't going to pull the trigger because it looked too much like a human.
Yeah.
It had like reddish, brownish hair, and it looked like a female woman's face. And I'm like, no, I can't do that.
And that's what most of the hunters who've seen them have said.
It's not bothering me. And she never looked up at me. All she did was just continue walking her path, and I just left her alone.
Yeah.
And then, of course, shortly after that, I got out of the tree stand and went back to the truck and said, "To hell with this."
Yep.
All right, so
we got
weather
one.
reports and more. Gwen popped it up. Go ahead, baby girl.
He said, what are your thoughts on Mothman?
We can have Josh answer his thoughts. He never.
What do you think, Josh?
He's the storm chaser. He's not into the paranormal.
He does the paranormal a little bit with us,
just
like
ghost hunting.
Yeah, we ghost hunting when we do the bigger places, but he's not into the cryptids. But let him tell his.
Well, what do you think? Tell us about Mothman.
So I do everything I can to debunk. I'm very, skeptic, analytical skeptic on, try to debunk things. I had an experience that I will still never forget to this day. It still scares me. This was only about 3 years ago. I was driving home from a fire call. It was a dark 2-lane road, probably like after midnight. This creature came down, swooped. I had a Dodge Charger, so the windshield was pretty big. This thing swooped down in front of my car and swooped up. The wingspan was wider than the road. The body itself was wider than my windshield. It had gray fur, not feathers, gray fur, real long claws, but I never saw the head. And I went up the road like probably 100 yards, pulled over, and there was a car behind me. That person pulled over and said, "What was that?" I said, "I don't know."
I bet.
What that was.
Holy
But
crap.
you didn't get that person's name and number.
I never got their information. I'm really still mad about that to this day. But I had nightmares for weeks.
And it came towards you,
It
right?
came
And then
towards
up
me, like it
over,
swooped down, and almost like it was coming
your
for
windshield.
me, like
And
it
you
was coming to
can't
get me.
say it looked like the Mothman, but you described it more like an owl man.
Yeah, like Owlman. I don't know if anyone's ever seen Owlman. Yeah. There's pictures online and stuff, but that's what it looked like more to me. Not Mothman, but an Owlman.
Wow.
The thing was, you know,
Interesting.
if looking from like the neck to the feet, probably there 8 feet.
Wow.
The thing was
And
like
That's so
interesting.
and a 30, 40, 50 foot wingspan.
I don't know about 50, but
Oh, it was pretty
Yeah.
big.
But that road, that's a 3-digit state road, so it's got to be about 30 foot wide.
Yeah,
so.
and the wingspan went over the edge of the road. So
Wow.
I don't know what I saw, but it scared me to
Well,
this day.
look at you guys what I saw in Iraq. Yeah, I saw a jinn in Iraq. It came to the wall. And you can watch. They filmed an episode of me, Lee and Gwen, all filmed for Monster Quest this past season, and my episode is talking about my jinn experience.
Here we go.
That
I'll
was
pop it
something
up
to see.
here. So, Monster Quest was released again. It was rebooted. So we are episode 5, and Blaine's episode came first, and then mine, and then Gwen's. And you can see it on the History Channel, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Apple TV, and Netflix.
we'll have to check that out.
Please
Did you see
do,
that,
because
actually? I remember seeing that story. I mean, was it in the basement of a building or something? Or
no,
Yes, I
it
was
was
in-
before
I was
that
in-
one.
No, mine was it was in a hangar.
okay,
it looked
okay,
like-
okay. I remember that one
It
too.
was
Yeah.
a hard nail shelf, was what it was.
But am I thinking of the same episode, maybe, or something? Because there was something
Yeah,
about
it was
Yes.
like
episode
in a
2
palace in a
of this
basement
season.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now the
I did see
the
that.
first episode was with our friend Brandon Cooper, and he started and I ended.
Okay, I do
That
remember
was
the
the
hangar
last one
one
on
too.
that episode. Yeah.
So something really odd just
So-
happened. We're talking about Mothman and flying objects, and a stink bug landed on our computer, and it's walking up towards the camera. We'll see what comes in front of it
Like-
here.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Yeah, we might get it here shortly.
Here is the CIA
do have
document I was
another-
talking about earlier. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead,
and share
Gwen.
that, and then we'll.
Yeah,
No,
I won't
share that
hold
first, and then we'll
everybody.
get to-
Okay, so this one is talking about Project Blue Book, and it goes a little further down, talking about the weather in relation to seeing UFOs. Was it June what does that say? Started in June 52. June and July of 1952. Anyway, it's hard to see that, so I did this. This is an electrical storm that was involved with the UFO case, and there were glowing egg-shaped objects during stormy conditions, and the vehicle engines died, the headlights were failing, the radios weren't working anymore, objects started lifting vertically into the thunder clouds. So that's one where there's a storm linked to a UFO, and it's called the electromagnetic effect in Project Blue Book. So if you guys want to look at that, that's where you can find that listing.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that the same one? That's the same one. Pardon me. I loaded it twice.
We do have a speaker coming to our event. His name is Nick Wilkes.
Oh.
He has had a lot of college education with meteorology, but he never got actually certified as
He
a
hasn't finished
meteorologist.
his degree yet.
And
Nice.
very, very much into the paranormal. He is going to be doing a presentation about the fusion and how they can affect each other. So
Oh, how wonderful.
he has a lot of reports, like he's tied Bigfoot reports with tornado warnings and different storm reports.
Yeah.
So he's
Kind of keeping it secret that he
Yeah.
has he has a pretty good thing planned, and he's our last speaker of the day. So
Yeah.
I was
that
looking
seems
to see. And if I'll go to Connecticut that same day, I was looking to see how far you guys actually were from there. So
that's a little far, but
well,
about
it
8
says 7
hours.
hours.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah.
bad. So
No.
Stop by if you
Come on.
can.
I was thinking, you know,
this one's number 5 of the 4 that I looked up, and I found this one to be really fascinating. During a thunderstorm, dark disc-shaped objects were hidden inside the clouds, and they had glowing lights entering the storm system. And the pilots that were, our folks, believed that the objects they used the storm clouds for concealment, which is what you just talked about. But the military blamed it on St. Elmo's fire, lightning plasma, ionized atmospheric effects, instrument problems, but it still remains a mystery.
So
What was the swamp gas they like to use?
What's that?
Well, so where's the swamp gas? Is every other UFO?
Yeah, right.
Swamp gas.
Something that just popped in my head that they still have never figured out what it was Max Olson's video of Rolling Fork tornado.
And the lights.
There are lights floating around the tornado, and they can't come up with an explanation because they said they don't think it was. The headlights didn't make sense because they weren't like flipping. Like a car should have been flipping. And these lights were very steady, and they were going around much slower than the actual tornado was moving, but they were revolving around the tornado. And it's a video that Storm Chaser Max Olson took, and nobody can explain it. Like, at first everybody thinks, it's cars being lifted way up because it was such a bad tornado. But the more they look at it, it's like you would see cars flipping, or something. So it almost had to be an orb or something.
And they have seen a lot.
You know what I wonder too? I'm wondering if the UFOs are using the thunderstorms to repower their ships in some way.
Energy.
I've heard that too.
That's what
because there hasn't been stories of them gaining power off of power lines
and
too.
I was going to bring up a lot of UFOs are seen around volcanoes.
Yeah,
that they're using that.
Yes,
because volcanoes create a ton of lightning and static electricity too.
There's so many ways that all this is, with all these things being interdimensional, there's things that are so similar. This is a fascinating, we've got to have you back. This is a fascinating conversation.
We do. We got a couple questions. You mind if I hit on those? Like,
yes.
We'll go through. There's one from, am I saying it right? Pez. Anyway,
we know Pez. Yeah, Pez.
What's the chance of getting possessed by a demon? Almost none. I can tell you that. Very low. Very.
Thank you, Gwen.
0.
There's a process that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here. Also, has anyone used a Ouija board, and does it actually give you bad luck?
I have used the spirit board many times, and it has never given me any bad luck.
See, that's from the younger generation, so that felt good to hear, Marz. Thank you.
It's that fairy tale that they told us as kids, but if you look at the box, it says for 8 and up. So
well, and it's like, and I don't use it to like summon anything. I just use it as another communication tool to speak to any spirit.
It's no different than using a ghost box or using a pendulum or anything else. Exactly. It's a divination device.
Exactly.
Well, energy attracts energy.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All in your
intention. That's right, Gwen. I've never had bad luck from it, thank God.
No, I haven't either. So, Skinwalker, somebody explain that real quick, briefly. I know we.
You want me to explain Skinwalker?
Do it, Blaine. Do it.
If you don't mind. Thank you.
A Skinwalker is a Native American spirit that can either be very helpful or very harmful. If you disrespected native land or native artifacts, they'll come after you, and they'll be your worst enemy you could ever have. And if and you leave them gifts like fruit and tobacco, they'll be your protector for life. So
I will tell you that the Skinwalker name comes from the Navajo, and basically it means a witch or sorcerer, but they have the ability to shapeshift, and they will use all forms of energy including negative energy. They can do any of those things. And Blaine's right. If you are in their favor, they'll do anything for you. But usually they are considered doomed because they use energies and types of magic that is forbidden. And I met one when I was a kid. So.
Yes,
Does the Cherokee also have, and do they have a specific name for it or something?
The same
similar?
thing. They could be skinwalkers. They could be, what's the other word for them, Lee, that we use?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
I put you all on the spot.
No,
yeah, I can't remember either.
What is the name?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is. They're White Walkers. Is what
White Walkers.
Cherokees are White Walkers. I had to think for a second.
Mm-hmm. They've got lots of different names. I guess there's different tribes and areas. Yeah.
I was never told of a true Cherokee word. I don't think there's a true Cherokee word for skinwalker. Okay. But what Blaine was saying is right. They do talk about a raven mocker. There's a lot of ghosts that are in the Cherokee belief system, cryptids also, but I've heard of a raven mocker because they're the ones the ravens get word back from the dead.
Yes.
And so they're ones that can mock that because they are more powerful. So they're a little contemptuous, but they can be extremely dangerous. Yes, they are real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with them. Don't cross them. No.
I can tell you for a fact, her husband Lee has a picture of a fairy and a Native American little person actually in the same bed.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Yep.
We called them knocking boots.
Yes, we did. They were very happy, and we were in the way. Okay,
and their energy was crazy to everybody else. I'm gonna say it like that night.
Yes, it was. Everybody picked up on its. It was kind of a vibe. The first word is ye. Ye nowd lo she, or something like that is the name in Lakota. I don't know if I got that right. I tried. Just y'all go look it up.
Yeah, if you look it up, there are tons. Depends on the areas and the countries and the tribes and all that. So it is a lot of them. Yeah.
Well, just remember, in Native American culture, we believe that there is no difference between animal spirits and human and nature spirits. We're all the same, and we're from the same creator. So therefore, their spirits, our spirits can intermingle, which means shape-shifting is something on the horizon for a lot of us. And the same goes for Wiccan and pagan belief systems because they use familiar spirits to use their eyes to be able to see. So, with all of that going on in ancient belief systems, it's possibly that it's true. It's a possibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're pretty sure. Well, I'm not sure it was a skinwalker.
We saw something very odd near Skinwalker Canyon in New Mexico.
I would love to hear more about that. You guys will have to come back. Who did I talk to when I messaged you?
A little bit of all of us, but mostly Connie.
I'm going to pop your poster back up while we're talking, guys, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, we were.
Please support these people. The Storm Fest at the East Huntington VFC, Tars, Pennsylvania, July the 11th.
Yeah, that QR code takes straight to the website for the tickets, for all information.
Tickets, merch, and vendor applications and everything there.
So looking for
guys, look at that.
$10 if you buy them ahead of time. $10 get you into everything.
When you ought to go.
I will be in Wisconsin the last part of next week, and then Connecticut. I'm supposed to go like July the 11th, which is the same day. Like I said, it's only 7 hours. I know that sounds like a lot to a lot of people, but I was on the road a lot last year, so 7 hours is not a lot right now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's nothing for us storm chasing. We're in the car 16 hours at a time.
Would you mind if we circulate this and keep your stuff going throughout the network?
I was going to say, we'll share it out everywhere. Yep.
Like I said, if any other paranormal teams are interested in coming, psychics, mediums, like the ghost hunting teams.
Anything.
Yeah, anybody, cryptid teams.
How much are vendors? How much are the vendors?
If they are a storm chaser or a paranormal team, they are free. But if it's
you're there just psychic, to sell stuff.
Yeah, if it's a psychic that's
if you're there to make money, then it's $50 a spot.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense. That's actually that's pretty cool. And maybe somebody, maybe the teams will donate to you also. I think that would be.
We had that happen last year. We had a couple of the team. They sold some merchandise and stuff, and they donated what they made back to us.
And we're asking, the teams just to donate something for the Chinese raffle.
Yeah, that's kind of their entrance fee. Bring something for the Chinese raffle.
That makes sense.
Explain to me what a Chinese raffle is. I've never heard that term.
Yes, please.
You have items like we bought a bunch of things. Like we have a weather radio, but then I have like a Bigfoot charcuterie board and different things. And you put paper bags in front of those items. So then you buy a strip of tickets for like $10. You get like 20 tickets for $10, and you put them in the bag
for the things you want
to win. Yep. And then at the end of the day, we call the number. We'll pull a ticket out of that bag, call the number, and
they win that item.
So
so that makes sense now. Y'all are doing a general raffle, but you're doing it for each specific item with a bag. I like that idea.
Right, and if you like something a lot, you put all your tickets in that bag,
Yeah, when I won Sylvester, we paid, it was $20 for what? It was $10 for 20 tickets or something, Gwen?
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. And they just do a general drawing.
Yeah.
And it's funny because her husband, Matt, got called. Then Lee got called right afterward. And while Lee was picking up her stuff, I got called, went up there, and I saw Sylvester, and I'm like, gotta have him. I was like, Lee, how'd you miss Sylvester? And then I got my wife a pair of Bigfoot socks, and she was happy. So.
Oh, yeah.
I
got a bracelet, a vintage bracelet. So it's
that thing is beautiful too, Gwen. It looks so good on you.
It is.
Yeah,
we'll have to let you know we'll need to let you know when the powwow happens again, because it's on holy ground. It's beautiful place. Petroglyphs are incredible, and the grounds itself are very spiritually charged. I think you'll like it.
I love that stuff.
Oh, and they let us have free reign of the place. So
yeah, they do.
We have free reign of the place. So
nice.
We have free reign to the petroglyphs, all the things on the property, and very active. I mean, very active, especially after we have a powwow. It's so energized anyway. It's like off the hook. We did it this past year, and we were there, 5 minutes, and we started getting like serious activity. We would hear voices. We'd hear them speaking in Cherokee and speaking
I've had little time slips. Gwen's the one that has time slips. You got to see some of her stuff. It's incredible. But I had a little one at that petroglyph.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was actually.
Yeah.
It's intense.
So maybe next year, when you guys have this, maybe we can come up and participate with you guys next year.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
I will try this year.
Appreciate
I
it.
can promise. Yeah.
See, I officially retired when I retired Wednesday.
Like a week ago now, right? Yeah.
Wednesday.
So I have no more job. So I'm free to do a lot of stuff now that I couldn't do. So now I am a full-time paranormal investigating bums, what I am.
Well, there you go. You can come up July 11th to the event from Alabama.
I envy you.
I do too. I'm ready.
Well, y'all, it took me to get throat cancer to get my retirement out of it. So I had to pay for it, but it was, well, I ain't going to say the cancer was worth it, but retirement's worth it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Right.
At least you got a silver lining. Hey, I want to shout out to the Deep South Para Comic Con that we will be going to August the 8th and 9th. It's in Enterprise, Alabama. It is a paranormal comic book horror conference. So there's something for everybody there. And we've got some really fun things coming up that we'll be announcing soon about it. We'll be going to the Christmas Spooktacular, July the 24th through the 26th in Gettysburg, the Battlefield Bash. And we will be going to, where is it? New Orleans. Come to me, New Orleans.
It's somewhere, I think. Hold on.
No, we go to New Orleans.
Oh, is that it right there? No, that's the
Pittsburgh, New
class.
Orleans, Interpol, and Mascon.
Yeah,
I think New Orleans got booted because it was.
well, they made a change and we deleted it and we never got the change. But anyway, it's coming and it's going to be fantastic.
I don't know. Sorry, y'all. We have.
It'll be all right. We'll get it back up there. So you are watching Cryptid Nation tonight with very special guest, the PA Storm Trackerz. Please support their project. They are wonderful people, as you can tell, and they are doing the Parastorm Fest. And this is July the 11th in Pennsylvania. Please, check them out. Give them some support. And tonight, we also we lost one of our own tonight. Oh, yeah. Vinny passed away this afternoon, and I'm very, very sad that he passed away. He had been sick, and then he got better and sick, and he just could not pull out of this one. Vinny, you will be missed. You're a beautiful soul. You were taken too soon, and you will never be forgotten. We love you, Vinny. If you want to see any of his previous broadcasts to see what an awesome man he is, he went by Mini Vinny, and he did horror. He had on YouTube, and he did some horror things as an actor, and he was into the paranormal. Very sweet person.
Let me shamelessly tag something when you get done with that. I am going to be at this event on June the 6th, Broadhead Manor in Wisconsin. If anybody wants to go to that, and yes, I want to. Fun. Vinny, I do hope he rests in peace because he was a sweet little soul. He really was.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Sweet man, and I just can't believe we lost him.
Yeah.
But back to the show because I'll go down a rabbit hole with that.
Yeah, we don't want to because I'm about to screw up. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you guys for being on the show. And please come back as things firm up with your show, with your event. Please, let us know. We'd love to have you back to discuss what you're doing, and we'll share your poster around. Your family's wonderful.
If there's any paranormal teams that want to come, or storm chasers that are watching,
give us a shout out.
Give us a reach out to us.
Yep.
Please do. These guys are awesome.
And maybe we'll come see you in Gettysburg because that's not far at all.
Come on.
I'd love it. I would love it.
Yep.
We'll
We're off
be there
every other weekend. So.
Nice.
Hey,
yeah, we'll have a table there.
I know secret spots in Gettysburg that the public don't go to, and they're perfectly legal to go to.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, so we're gonna scoot around and see some fun stuff.
We definitely are.
All right, Queen. Oh, Blaine, you got to do the thing. You got to do the thing.
I got to do it. Put it up for me. Oh, I got 2 things.
Got it.
Okay, there we go.
Is it up?
You guys had a million things to watch tonight. You chose us. Thank you. You mean the world to us. Appreciate you guys. And do the one I don't like to do, but I do it. I have to do it. If you're a soldier or a veteran, I don't even need the poster. I don't need it. I've done this 1,000 times. If you are a soldier or a veteran or even a civilian, if you have thoughts of suicide, call 988. And if you don't want to talk to somebody on the phone, they have a chat. And if you don't want to talk to them, call me, call Lee, call Gwen, call us. I will talk to you.
Yep, we will.
I was trained on how to talk to soldiers and sailors and airmen that have suicidal thoughts. I can talk to you. I can talk you down. Okay? And just somebody to listen to. But get on a happy note. I hope everybody had a good time tonight. You guys were just amazing.
Thank
you.
We
can't wait to have you guys back. And
what a wonderful family.
All of you guys a friend request as soon as I get off air, okay?
Okay.
Or you can just send me one and I'll accept it right away. I'm the only
Same here
on Facebook. Mine's probably easy if I just give you mine.
We can do that.
Yeah, you should friend us all. I know I have the
yes, please. Everybody watching, please friend us all. We're trying to network.
Yeah.
Have a great night. Thank you for watching A Cryptid Nation on All Access Network Television.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.